because they were firmly in control of this match. But they just allowed TAPMINESE in with the last kick of the match. And, well, that might be a statement of intent. Hafiz Noor smashing that all that far away. By the way, there is a change. Ikram Rifki took quite a knock towards the end of that first half. He is off, replaced by Amy Reka. Which is actually a rather attacking change. They've got a lot of forward attacking players here. There might have been a thought to have brought on Chris van Huysen, but they might keep him for later. But Amy Reka comes on. He's not someone who's been getting particularly regular time for this side. But he should slot into that same role that Ikram Rifki was on the left-hand side. I have to say, TAPMINESE, apart from that goal, were rather disappointing in that first half. But having got the goal, they may feel the momentum has just shifted towards them. It would have changed that half-time talk fairly significantly. And reminder that because there are no away goals, as it stands, we will be going into added time. Still a lot of football still to play. Remember that both these sides have matches this weekend, so they certainly wouldn't want to be going into added time. I'm sure quite a few others would be hoping this is resolved within 90 minutes. Madhu Mohana clears. Nice footwork there from Shakir Hamza. Jordan Webb now looking to try and outpace Abdul Qayyum, who's done brilliantly. Oh, was there a foul there on Jordan Webb? Abdul Qayyum thought he had got the better of Jordan Webb. There seemed to be a little bit of contact. It has gone Home United's way. There has been a bit of frustration from TAPMINESE Rovers at some of the decisions. Incredibly, no yellow cards yet in this match. Nathan Chan has kept them firmly close to his chest. That has allowed the game to flow a fair bit. Chernak out to this right-hand side, and it's wide from Song Wei-Young. He's broken through there, Amir Adli, and wins a free kick. Contact there from Abdul Qayyum. Now, TAPMINESE, can they do something here? Falls to Cairo Lamry on the edge of the box. Straight forward for Kenji. Kanji looking up towards Amy Reka. He's done well to hold that up, done very well, but he's given it away cheaply there, Kyle Lamry. Foul there on Song by Madhu. Shazwan trying to get his defense organized. And he wisely decides to let that one go. Madhu takes that quickly. A little bit more urgency about Tampinese in this second half, which is what you'd expect to see, having observed them towards the end of that first half. Finally reacted to going 2 goals down right at the very end. Zulfatmi, as I mentioned, has injected a little bit more pace into their attack. Irfan to the ball first. He's only got Karalamri to aim at. That was a poor header. Falls nicely to Ritara Megumi. So Fadmi couldn't get to that ball, but he's got plenty of speed about him. Has he kept that in play? No, it's just gone out. Hafiz Shujad will not be able to play that any further. This is better, though, from Tampines Rovers overall. He's on his own here, Emi Reka. Well, there's plenty of players in the box, and it's fallen to the one player, probably of that 3, that you wouldn't pick to shoot, Shakir Hamza. His shot flies over. That's disappointing for Home United, having got themselves into a really good position. Here's Faritz. Not been able to control that, Amy Reka, who's only had 6 starts this season in the SPL. Flies across the face of the goal. Still with Home United. Here's Faritz. That's a deep cross from him. No foul. Chernak, is he going to go for goal? Then he has to be very, very ambitious from there to score. Remind you, there's another game going on at Chua Chu Kang Stadium. DPMM up against Warriors. DPMM, although two of them had played a 2-2 draw in the first leg. Well, he's gone for that one, Jordan Webb. Such a different look to this Tampines side in the second half. He's kind of frustrated figure, but good to see that they are showing much more attacking intent. Faisal Roslan plays that out towards Hafiz Noor. He's done well here, very well, but good pressure as well on him from Hafiz Sujad. Foul there on Anumantan by Amrul Adli. Oh, lovely ball slipped through by Sharil Ishaq. I was just telling you earlier about the game between Warriors and TPMM at Chua Chu Kang Stadium. The first leg was 2-2. It is still 2-0 in the second half as well. That's kicked off at the same time, 7:45. Shahrazan Said and Azwan Ali are the two scorers. Reminder that these two sides, the winner will be playing against Albrechts Nagata. And that's a pretty straightforward shot in the end. Has that gone out of play? Song Wei-young, is he going to go for it himself? Oh, there was no power in that shot. I think it was Amy Reka with that effort, and he just didn't have the conviction. Foul there. He's not happy, Amrul Adli. And just a reminder that the winner of DPM Warriors will be up against Balestier Khalsa. Balestier beating Gelang International in the quarterfinals. Whereas Albrechts thrashed Hougang 3-0 on aggregate. Balestier edged out Gelang 1-0. Oh, lovely work there from Megumi. And he's got Shakir Hamza, who's done well. So we can tell you that the semis will be played on the 26th of September and the 3rd of October. The final is going to be on the 6th of October. Now coming forward, lots of pace being shown. Oh, it's a delightful ball. He's missed it. Of all the people on the pitch, Song Woo-young, unbelievable air shot. Well, he can't believe it, can he? Completely missed that. What a great ball into that little pocket of space. And with his shooting ability, you'd have given him every chance of putting that away. So just to repeat, the winner of this game will play Albrecht Nagata on the 26th, and many people would feel that should be the final. But it won't be. That's the semis. Just a reminder that either DPM or Warriors play Ballistic Khalsa in the other leg. That will be two-legged as well. You can just see there's a little bit of frustration bubbling under. The crowd as well playing their part here. Still at least half an hour to go with some added time. Will we have a winner within 90 minutes? Hafiz tried to turn. There's Hafiz again. Now Amirul Adli. Here's Jordan Webb. Come a little bit deeper. Irwan Shah comes forward. Megumi to Webb. Become a little bit of a stalemate at the moment. Amy Reka. Now Shaoli Shuk bursting forward. He's got Song to his right. He's shown a bit of the ball, a little too much of it. And another attack breaks down. Kenji Rashidi, the only thing he's had to do really today is to pick the ball out from the back of his goal. Otherwise, he has not been tested this evening. And again, with the firepower that Tampines have, I think that would be very disappointing as far as they're concerned. Here's Dan Bennett. Launches that forward, and Kenji does really well. But is he out of place here? I don't think Megumi's going to attempt to lob him. Instead, he finds Jordan Webb. And it's away by Abdul Qayyum. Slight panic at the back there for Home United. Big throw in from Madhu Mohana. This one caused problems in the first half. It's not so flat this time. Shot there from Megumi. It will be a corner. I think that's one of the few times he's been called into action, Kenji. I'm not sure that was on target, but he couldn't take any risks. And that is not particularly well done there by Tampines Rovers. Jordan Webb with the header. As I said, at the moment they're kind of cancelling each other out, these two sides. Heavy touch from Kyle Lamry. Emi Reka's done well here. Hafiz Sujad comes back to tidy up, but Home United with a throw in here from Faritz. Again, haven't seen him go down that right-hand side too much. In fact, both fullbacks have been fairly conservative this evening for Home United. To be fair, I was saying earlier that Kenji has not really been tested. Shazwan himself in the second half also has had a relatively quiet time. So things have, at least at the back for Tampines, have tightened up a bit. Abdul Qayyum. Here's Song Wee Young. Now Faisal. Oh, he could have played advantage there, the referee, but he's blown for that foul on Hafiz. Quickly taken. Now Sharil. He's looking up to see who his options are. Anu. Back to Sharil Ishak. There are a number of players in there. Sharil. Oh, he just couldn't get the shot away. Perhaps caught in two minds. A number of times Home United have found themselves in those kind of positions, but they have just faltered. Zulfadmi. Here's Anu. Delightful ball. Can he get contact on it? Song, he could have crossed it, squared it. Charlie Shark! Brilliant strike from him! He's called that in with a tiny amount of space. He's found the gap and got it past Shazwan Buhari. And his brilliant season continues. Charlie Shark makes it 3-2. And 4-3 on aggregate. I can tell you there's celebrations everywhere. Well, he's not going to show it right now, but Idol will be delighted with that. It's been a tough 20 minutes or so. And now, can they dig deep again, Tampines Rovers? Remember, a goal here for them in the next 20 means we will move across to added time, to extra time rather. So can Home United now hold off? Remember, they seem to be completely in control until the very last kick of the first half. So I'm sure the message has been drummed into them at halftime to keep that concentration, keep that discipline. Kyle Amri, not sure what he was trying to do there. Is that the right time for it when you're 3-1 down? Dan Bennett does well. Irfan Najib. I think there'll be a reaction from Tampines very shortly. Looks like they're going to make an attacking change in a short while. And this might be the last action for Hafiz Sujad. He's offside. It appears that he will make way for Taufik Suparno. So Taufik Suparno comes on as a forward, of course, replacing Hafiz, who'd moved into that left-back role. I think it might mean Zulfadmi has to move back. Well, this is interesting, and we have seen it before, but it does appear like Jordan Webb has been pushed much further back, which is, I have to say, I do find that a rather surprising move. I've seen him play in this withdrawn role a number of times this season. Jurgen Raab has obviously deemed him as someone who can play in these positions. A little bit edgy there from Shazwan, but you are certainly blunting their attack, aren't you, by taking one of their offensive outlets and pushing him into a fullback position. Interesting move, but that is to accommodate Taufik Suparno. Yep, as of now, it is certainly Jordan Webb playing at left back. Taufik Suparno has gone up there with Kyle Amri, or at least in support. It's an interesting one. Here's Madu. Lots of space on this right-hand side for Ritaru Megumi to go forward. He's got Irwan Shah to his right. Here's Megumi to Irfan Najib, and now to Jordan Webb in this new role. Webb to Megumi. Now Irfan. Everyone back for Home United. Just Charlie Ishak holding the most forward position in case it drops to him. Ball from Dan Bennett, straight to the keeper. Megumi. Now Irwan Shah. Well, there might have been a temptation to play three at the back for Tampines. Have Irfan Najib go into a back three with Madhu and Dan Bennett, not taking that option. Then use Zulfadmi as a wing back, something he's done before, which would mean you could still have Jordan Webb in a more attacking position. But at the moment, here's Faritz looking for Sharali Shak. Here is Webb now. He's getting caught very deep, and that's one of the issues you're going to have, because he likes running at players, and you certainly don't want to be trying to dribble past players in that part of the pitch where you could lose the ball and put your team in danger. But at the moment, that's where they've put him. I've seen him play in central midfield as well earlier this season. So no player likes to be called utility man, but it does appear that is how he's being played at the moment. Zulfadmi with the header. There's going to be another change, but this time for Home United. And Adil Sharin, I think, might just want to consolidate the positions. Hafiz Noor, who has been busy, as always. He is going to be replaced by Fazli Ayub. Fazli also another one of those that can play in a number of different positions. Well done there to Hafiz. Certainly played his part today. Here's Taufik. It's all getting a little bit feisty. Well, now it does appear that Zulfadmi has taken up that left back role. And Jordan Webb has gone a little bit further forward. does look like a little bit more like a 4-4-2 with Taufik supporting Kyle Lamry and Jordan Webb playing in a central midfield role. Home United about to make another change. He's looking at the referee there, Kyle Lamry. What a great game he's had, as always. Charlie Shuck scored the all-important goal. Izdin Shafik gets to come in for a little bit of a cameo with just about 10 minutes to go, including some added time. He will take the captain's armband. Izdin had said that they were ready for this game after having won the AFC Cup ASEAN Championship. He said they want to win another trophy before the season ends. And immediately Izdin, his first contribution is a foul and a yellow card. Well, some people might say not surprising. He's saying, referee, that's my first challenge. Well, if it's not a good one, then I'm afraid you go into the book. And Nathan Chan, I think that is his first booking as well for this match. I have to say, there was some pretty bad tackles in the first half. Oh, that bobbles away for a corner from Shakir Hamza. Oh, it's a good position here. This time, he makes no mistake. Kyle Lamry's header is saved at the second time of asking from the keeper, Kenji. Nervy moments for Home United. Remember, the team has a chance, of course, of playing in the AFC Champions League qualifier as well. Faisal Ruslan is getting a fair bit of treatment here. Runners-up of the Singapore Premier League will get that playoff spot up against the PFL champions from Philippines. Ceres Negros have already got that. The Indonesian League champions, League One champions, and the Myanmar National League champions. So Home United with an opportunity. Remember, last year it was TAPMINESE. We know Home United generally take the AFC competitions very seriously. They put their best foot forward. So it would be good to see them try their luck with Asia's best. Less than 5 minutes plus some added time for Home United to just hang on and get their way into a cup semi-final once again. Here's Dan Bennett, but you can be sure Tampinese will be making things as difficult as possible in these final few minutes. Here's Song. Again, that frustration just beginning to boil over. Madu looking to send that back to Shazwan. Mind you, there's that other match going on between Warriors and DPMM, with DPMM still leading 2-0 at Chua Chu Kang Stadium, which means, as of now, you'd have to say, with that 4-2 aggregate lead at the moment, they are odds-on favourite to go on to the semi-finals. As I mentioned, that will be against Balestier Khalsa on the 26th. Away by Abdul Qayyum, only as far as Jordan Webb. He's got a number of players around him. Faritz looking to clear. He only gets that to Megumi. Puts the ball in here. Oh, it looked to be destined going. Amirul Adli. But Kenji says, what are you all worrying about? I have got things under control. And he dives across. Looked pretty comfortable in the end. Well, we did say Tampinese would give it everything in these last few minutes. A minute and a half left. There will be a fair bit of added time. Oh, what a superb bit of football all around. Amr Ludley let that fly, and that is an absolutely brilliant save from Kenji. I tell you what, if for nothing else, he will be remembered for this flying save. He might have hurt himself in the process, but that is superb stuff from him. I think he's hurt his wrist with that save, but that was brilliant. We are getting word it's 4 minutes. It might be even more depending on what happens here. And I just remind you that Home United have made just going through my substitutions here to make sure that they still have maybe one more left. Yeah, I think they have one more left. Otherwise, if it all goes wrong here, they have made all their substitutions. So, who fancies a couple of minutes in goal, guys? That might be the question, if it's a bad wrist injury. Yeah, confirmation, of course, the three players on, Fazli, Amy Reka, and Isdin. So they have made all three. So, it's one of those situations, isn't it? We're now hearing it's going to be 5 minutes. Well, there are different reactions in the crowd. I think some people will be absolutely delighted with that. The Tampinese fans. It could be even more, of course. And there is quite the crowd around the goalkeeper here. And now, if he's hurt his wrist, there may be no choice but to make that change. Now, I just wonder who is going to want to do that. For some reason, I keep thinking it might be Abdul Qayyum. But the good news is Kenji is up. And I'll tell you what, that is a top-class save from Home United's #3 keeper. But it was also a fantastic shot from Amrul Adli, not exactly known for his goal-scoring exploits. But he's had 2 good chances so far, and he's been denied by Kenji, who is still testing out his arm. Now, is that a risk they want to take in added time? It looks like they are going to go with it. Well, if you're Home United, you'll have seen that, and you'll want to test him as much as possible, take as many shots. I think we're going to have more than 5 minutes now, at least 6, perhaps even 7. The Tampines fans not happy. That took a long, long time. Everyone is back here. Taufik Suparno. Well, that falls kindly for Irfan. What footwork from him. Well, Anu is really getting involved there. It's another corner. Edge of the seat stuff now for all concerned. At stake, a place in the semi-finals. The reward is to play against Albirex Niigata. Well, that will be a fantastic semi-final clash, whoever plays them. Flicked across! Everyone's missed it! That comes off the bar! How on earth did they not score that? It looked to be an open goal. Well, it's been a charmed life, that Home United goal in the last couple of minutes. But here come Tampines again. Is there a foul on Dan Bennett? Isdin clears. There's absolutely no one there, only Song Wei-young. Real urgency being shown by Tampines now. Jordan Webb. Oh, that's poor. Song Wei-young now. If he can get past it. Oh my gosh. Shazwan Buhari. Well, he took a gamble. He took one for the team. And Shazwan has to go. There we were thinking Home United might not have a goalkeeper, but now it is Tampines who lose theirs. Well, unlike Home United, gosh, I have to say, I was kind of looking forward to seeing an outfield player going in goal at some point, but Tampines, unlike Home United, still have one change to make. So he's obviously taken a gamble here, knowing that his team can afford to go down to 10 men with only a few minutes to go, but they couldn't afford to concede another goal. Kids, if you're watching this, obviously not an example that you really want to be following, but he has made a tactical, correct decision there in a split second. He had to risk that. Haris Farid is going to come in for just a few minutes here. Irwan Shah has to make way. Home United will take as long as possible as they can with this. I'm sure they're not even going to go for goal. Or are they going to go for goal? My word. Yeah, they thought so. Into the corner flag, perhaps. There is still a fair bit of time. We've had the 5 minutes, but I think there's going to be at least 2 or 3 more. Because of all the stoppages, you've got to include the red card as well. Do stay with us, of course. We will have reactions from the teams. So it'll be interesting to hear what they have to say about this one. Lots of talking points, of course. 5.5 minutes. How many minutes more is the referee going to play? Faris is going to have to do a big kick to get that to all the players. They've poured themselves forward. Remember, there was a late goal from Jordan Webb in the first leg. A late goal here would take us into added time. The referee, though, has seen enough. And what a action-packed last 20 minutes we've had here at our Tampines hub. Goals, sendings off, fantastic saves.